Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the Bionicle Mata Nui. And this is the toy that kicked off my lust for collecting Bionicle back a couple years ago, 5, 7 years ago. I don't know when it was, 6, 7 years ago, and taking it apart very carefully. I left this leg basically together and this arm basically together because if you don't know, these joints love to crack. And this guy, basically every socket joint has cracked. So I've taken apart basically just one leg and one arm and roughly taken apart the torso. I've left the pins in, but those are super simple. So yeah, just I don't feel like breaking this toy because it is very special in my heart. So I don't want to break anything. So I just took apart one side. So yeah, and my original one had an orange red head. This one came off of like a beat up one that I found. Me, my mom, and my brother found at like some collector store. So I pulled the blue head off and I gave it to mine. So yeah, I got mine from China. I can't remember, maybe like $30 I got him for, and it took forever to get it. So yeah, gonna jump in and build him. It's like the Inika torso, and it basically an Inika build. Very very simple, not as simple as like a Hero Factory build, but compared to some of the Bionicle sets, he is pretty simple, especially the bigger sets. He's pretty simple. So yeah, so we're gonna start off with the torso. This is how they're arranged. The pins, like so. Uh, they take this one, the waist piece. I think it's just like that because he has like a longer torso than this. I left that pin in, that half pin and axle, and that goes together like so. Then this like waist filler, I guess. I don't know what you would say. Then you have your main torso piece, or maybe this is all the way up. If it's wrong, it's okay because it's mine, and I didn't have this with instructions. It came built when I got it, however many years ago. So yeah, so this. I don't know what the gimmick of this was. I knew it was on all the Glatorian, but I just don't know how to use it. Don't know what it was. I know it was to some game thing that you could have the toys interact with each other, essentially, kind of like Beyblades or like Pokemon. I know those are bad analogies, but I don't know what this does. But yeah. So gonna pop the head on, and technique that I use with Hero Factories and all my Bionicles, hold the edges of the socket with your fingers. It does make it harder because the socket has to flex over the ball joint, but it stops it from breaking. And here is the Inika. Obviously, it's not the full Inika like on the Toa Nika or Toa Inika, and or the big Titan Mata Nui that has the gold one because it like swoops around and makes it like an actual helmet. Oops, just dropped it. But yeah, you can see the Titan, the like big Mata Nui robot. You know, the arms, the legs, and the head right there. Then that just uses obviously just like a pin, and there is his torso. So yeah, we're just gonna put him right there. We're gonna put this leg on first, and as you can see, do that same technique. Very careful. You can see that one is split right there, and I left this piece off, took it off, left it off, so I could be able to put that on. They take this pin, and it just pin the ball joint piece, push it in, and now this is this arm we're gonna put on. I'm just gonna lean him over. And you can see this one's really badly cracked. So yeah, so this one, I'm gonna carefully put it on. You can see that it's cracked right there. Almost all the joints and sockets on this guy are cracked, and you know it's a shame because these toys were really cool. A lot of the early Hero Factory and late Bionicle toys are really cool. Kind of excluding the stars, but they're still kind of there's I still like those toys, but It's just a shame that that they're just plagued with these kinds of problems. So you're gonna take the fist, and this joint I've on that one and like all the Hero Factory toys, I've had good luck with them not cracking. They feel solid, but still gonna be cautious. I'm gonna pick the best end for this. I don't know which one's the best end. It still looks decent. Uh, that one felt a bit better. Didn't feel like it was gonna break. And what makes it even worse is that sometimes you'll even see like the parting line, like so the way that these toys are made, Bionicles, Legos, almost all toy in existence, kind of in the modern era, especially Transformers, is that they're two big dies, so like two big blocks of steel that have a negative cut out of it. So this would be a positive part, like it's physical. There would be a recessed piece. So like think of a block, it's recessed. There's a recessed cutout of a block. Then two pieces come together, and then the plastic comes in and fills it in. Kind of like how Gundam parts are made. It's just a negative of that whole runner, and then plastic gets injected through, it's called injection molding, and then it fills that negative in, and you can see the parting lines of them. So like the parting line is where those two dies fit around it, and then some of that plastic shot up around the corners. This one just has a crack, but sometimes you can see where that parting line used to be on them, and that it could potentially be a stress riser, because that's where the two sections of plastic melded together. So yeah, you can see that sometimes. Gonna be very careful with this one. So yeah, you just take wrong pin. You take this pin and put it in like so, and then put that on. So yeah, like that. Got an arm, and so yeah, that's how like. Let me go get that. Hey, got him back. So yeah, gonna sit him down, lie him on his back so that doesn't happen again. So yeah, gonna work on his leg. Don't know which one is better. Just gonna do it. Just gonna send it. So yeah, this obviously I'm gonna put this on first. So put it on. Put your fingers around it. Put it on, and now you just slip that in. And now you take this little pin, and then you can put this on. I've never liked that these are like movable. Like you can't make it to where it's just solid. Little unfortunate, but I'm not going to complain about it. I'm going to put the leg on now, very carefully. And now we're going to just put this on like we did the other one, and put this in the back like so. Just fiddle with it, and here we go. Here we have Mata Nui. Gonna raise the camera a little bit, and there we go. We have Mata Nui. Just gonna situate him a little bit, make him stand straight and everything like so. And so yeah, so there he is. And now we will make his sword, or a shield, shield. I have seen a lot of guys online, they get another one of these pieces, and they make like the big swooping blade, like in the movie. And sometimes people make like a faceplate on this piece, like the shield for Click, his little bug friend, and those just go onto his hand. And I've been wanting to do that forever, just make a little faceplate that goes over it that is Click, the little bug guy that climbs around him and then turns into his shield in the movie. Now for his Thornax launcher, you can obviously use the system that has been used like this forever, ever since this style of like launcher has been implemented. And you just put it in his hand like so, and then you can shoot him. I did have the Thornaxes, like I think that's what they're called. I lost them, and I think they've probably been like destroyed. Because the black ring was plastic, like a hard plastic, like the same plastic this is made of. but the gold is like rubber. But what I like to do, and I've done this for years, ever since I basically had him, I like push these through the opposite side so they're swooping back, and then I like to put them on the backs of his arms, like that, as storage, so he can have his shield like he did in the movie and not hit that Thornax blaster in his hand. So if I wanted to somehow find a sword to give to him, I can. And so yeah, here is Glatorian Mata Nui. And I love this toy. Not even bringing in the fact that you could basically only build him one time. He's still, just the versatility of ball joints, makes this toy so incredibly fun, And then he looks awesome. No. So incredibly fun. The versatility of the posing of a ball joint, obviously due to age, and then the ball joint, the sockets being cracked, you lose a lot of friction on the ball joints, but you still get to do a lot of things with these toys. And that's what I love about them, is that it was kind of like Transformers, except they did it a lot faster. They went from more like there's a little bit of articulation, but they're very gimmick heavy. The gimmicks are the main selling point of them, and they started moving away from that. Still integrating gimmicks, but more focusing towards articulation. Like the modern day of Transformers. Not really gimmicks anymore, but the gimmick is the articulation. And that's what these toys were focused on. And, it's just a shame that these toys are just so brittle, so tough to put together, and you have to worry about them, And that really, that was what was present with the rest of the Bionicle toys from 2001 to 2010, 2009, 2010. But it was especially prevalent in these later waves, especially the Glatorian era. The Glatorians, the Mystikas, and the 2008, 2007, and a little bit of 2010 really plagued these toys. And that's a shame. They look awesome. They pose awesome. This is the toy that got me into collecting Bionicle. I love the Hero Factory. I watched all the Bionicle movies when I was younger, but I just was young enough to where I missed out on it. And that's why Hero Factory was bigger in my life. But, The Legend Reborn was my favorite movie. And when I saw this guy on eBay, I was like, I have to buy this toy. So I bought him, and then that just ignited it. I was like, this is awesome. I love these toys. There's a reason why I love the movies, and then that just sprouted into it, getting into the books, getting into the lore of Bionicle. Bionicle was always there, hidden beneath the Hero Factory for me. I had the original green Rockshi, I love Bionicle. Even before I read all the books and had a lot of the toys, I just loved it. And Hero Factory was with it, along with Transformers. But this toy got me into it. And, that's why it has such a special place in my heart. I just love the toy, love the look of it, love the playability of it. It doesn't need a gimmick. It just sits there, looks awesome. Looks awesome when you pose it. You don't have to have the shield. You can... I don't know why that's so tough, but, make him have a sword, he has a big sword, 2 big swords, and now, you can just do so much with this, with the articulation, the ball joints just give you so much to work with, and I love it, and he looks so awesome in the movie, the animation for him, and the toy emulates that. The toy emulates that look. It would look a bit more awesome if he was a bit more gold and less yellow, like a bit more like metallic-y and less of the solid, just this traffic yellow green, not traffic yellow green, traffic yellow, or traffic yellow orange or whatever. But it's an awesome toy. And I think he go, obviously because he's like the main character, the big main character essentially in the entire Bionicle franchise. I think he goes for a bit more money than the other Glatorian. I don't know. Like I was like, this was many years ago, and I still spent quite a bit of money on him. And I didn't want to spend that much money on a toy, but yeah, I just love the toy, love the look of it, everything about it. And I really suggest it. You know, he may not, the proportions may not be the best. He may be broken. You can't really put him together, but he's still an awesome action figure, you know, and I love, love, love the toy, you know. So yeah. Before I end the video, I apologize that this is coming out on Thursday. I completely forgot about like my schedule, the upload schedule. I'm sorry. Doing, you know, Mondays and Fridays for the month of Magnus, and then doing Menasor on last Wednesday just completely screwed me over. Completely forgot. I was like, literally, it was Wednesday night at like 6 o'clock, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to have a video up. But I was like, well, I'd rather make a video at whenever on Thursday than make one at like 6 o'clock, 7 on Wednesday. You know, I was like, might as well wait till tomorrow so people can actually watch it. So yeah, I apologize for that. I'll do better next week, and there'll probably be more shorts because I really enjoy doing shorts, but I'm just a bit more of a fan of doing long form content like this. So yeah, I really, really love this toy, and I want to try to start doing more Bionicle and Hero Factory because I got a lot of toys to go through, but I'm going to search through and try to find the instructions so I don't just fumble through the video trying to remember how to put them back together. So yeah, I really love this toy. I really recommend it if you can buy it anywhere. So yeah. That's really all I have to say. So, till next time, see ya.